Hello, this is Meier, DIY, do it yourself, that's what it stands for. I was out here getting my camper ready to go on a fishing trip, and I noticed that the back door was dragging. Not that I didn't notice it before, but when I'm camping I really don't care about stuff like that. And then I forget about it when I get back. So this time when I was getting ready to pack, I noticed it was dragging. I decided maybe I'd try to fix it. But moving the hinge, the whole hinge is just one big piece of aluminum, would mean that I'd have to take all the trim off the door, and I really don't feel like doing that right now. Plus, who knows what else could happen. So I tried to figure out a way to shim up this aluminum hinge, and I believe I found a way, and it's very inexpensive and very, very quick. So I'm going to show it to you. You can use the idea if you want. If not, call me an idiot. You will anyway. Bye. Is this hinge. You can see the hinge. It's got little gaps in it. I don't know if you can see them, but there they are. I've got it pried all the way up right now, and I need to figure out something I can put in there to take up that gap, rather than try to move. If I try to move the door up, that'd be one thing, but then it'd be okay on the inside, except on the outside it's all one channel. It connects with the bottom, so then I'd have a problem here. Here you can see that it's been dragging for a long time. Every time I close the door, I gotta jerk it shut. It's probably pretty hard on it. Okay, back to the hinge. I've got it pried up all the way. This part is part of the door, part of the hinge. Can you see my finger? And this part is the frame. This is the door. So I've got it up as high as about as high as it'll go. There's a little bit of gap there. Now, I decided to try to use cotter pins. I've got this real small cotter pin. It says it's a 1/16 by an inch. The only reason I picked it out is because I could take the head when I had it pried up like this. I'm going to try to aim it here and see, it'll just fit in there, just barely. So can you see that? See? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up and push it right through there with the door partially open. Now when I get on the back side, there you go. Now push it right in there. Push it in till the top goes in. See, it's pretty close. Well, anyway, I got them all in there, or all the ones I'm going to put in. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab a hold of it with my pinchers here and cut it off flush. Suggest getting them as close as you can so there's no sharp objects sticking out. That's the outside. Run my hand down to make sure it doesn't rip holes in my hand. There you go. If you come up with a better idea, tell me. I may have shown this thing to you before on one of my other videos. I did make a video of fixing this thing up when I got it, and we did fix it up and put new screens in it, put new wood around the top on the inside. And since then, when we go to any place far away, we go to put all these stickers on here. You can see we're in Nevada, and Joshua Tree National Park, Cape Cod National, Acadia, New Hampshire, Allegheny National Forest. And this is what it looks like open. This end we did not put a screen in, for the one purpose is that I don't like to have the window open by my head. And this just shows you that once in a while you should open up your camper. It's been closed now for about 2 months. A month and a half, and grass clippings have blown up in there. I wouldn't want an animal to start eating on it. This is I think a 1986. My wife put those screens on them. They're not exactly the way the factory had it, but these are pet screens, so they don't seem to rip or anything. Way up in the air, so I can just back right under it and get out of here in a hurry if I want to. I'll go ahead and show you the inside. It's all torn up right now because I'm working in here, but anyway, me and my brother are going to camp in this for at least a week. We'll be about 5 hours from home. We're watching the weather to make sure it's not too bad. It's September, so when you go up around Traverse City, anytime after, I'd say, the middle of September, you could run into snow or anything. So I'm just kind of unpacking things, repacking things, going through it, see what all I have. This is the inside of my, I call that my utility cabinet. That's where all my electricity comes in, goes out. A battery charger in there. I got my little DC AC inverter. So we got 400 watts. It just so happens I had to mount it upside down to get it the way I wanted it, but that doesn't matter. And it's only on when I turn it on. I mean, the only way you can get any power out of it is to reach in here and hook it up. So there's the plugs. Has its own little switch. See, this running right now. Let's take a look and see what the charger does when I turn it on and off. Hardly anything. Now, if I had under a load, it'd probably make a big difference. I don't have anything in there to put under a load right now. So there it is. Since I've shown this, I did take out the old beat up thermostat. I found this thermostat at a garage sale for like $2 or something, brand new in a box, but the directions were terrible and I had a heck of a time finding out how to do it. I just had to get a little test lamp and keep wiring it up until I got it the way I wanted it. And then I wired it up into the camper. This is the reason I had so much trouble. I wanted to switch to be able to turn the fan on without lighting the furnace. On a day like today, I'm in here just for a little bit. I don't want to open up all the windows, the ones that, the ones that don't crank out. I don't want to have to unzip them all, so I can just flip the switch and the furnace does not light, of course, but the fan runs, which is great. It brings in cool air. I did put these little LED lamps. It came with just this one light right here, and for one thing, it's a regular 12-volt lamp, and it made a lot of heat when it was hot. We don't want any. And we found, my wife and I, that if we sleep in here the way it's supposed to, I guess the way it's designed is sideways, somebody's going to have to crawl over somebody. Well, when I took my grandkids and my wife in this, I have 2 boys with me, and they're very short. I told them, I said, well, why don't you just sleep with your head back that way and your feet this way? And so that's what we did. And so that I could do it, I just put my feet up on top of here, and I found out that raised my feet just about 2 or 3 inches, and it really felt good. So I started sleeping like that. But then my light, which was placed not very well, I went ahead and wired up a couple of LED lights, one up there for be over my head or her head, and one over her head. She started sleeping this way, same way. So there you go. That's all I know. I did seal, what was I doing? Oh yeah, when I was running that wire, I ran that wire up in there. I think I made a video of that. I should see if I could find it and add it to this one. Anyway, when I got done, I could see the wire and I didn't like it. And I also noticed that when it gets hot out, this plastic, this is just all plastic right here that holds the curtains up, or whatever you call it, the walls. It actually starts to bend like all plastic does when it gets hot. And you could actually see a little bit of light up in there. So I just went ahead and took one of these, actually it's a piece of this stuff. pieces of stuff right here. Now I used a real small one and I split it down the middle. And I just poked it up in there. That way if I ever need to get in the wires again, I can pull it back out. Plus it's flexible and it's insulated and it covers up my wires.